I don't know how many episodes are season to season. I haven't looked at that. I try not to do it to avoid a little bit of spoilers. I know that's not hugely spoilery, but it's kind of nice to be surprised when a big season finale drop happens. And that kind of felt like one, although clearly it wasn't. This is number 10, as I've just seen. But I feel like we've kind of blown the show up a little bit. We can make the assumption, because they made the sale on the watered-down version of the Giant, that Cardiff is going to bounce back, right? They'll go talk to Nathan. They'll get him to relaunch the company because he's got huge orders for the computer. Great. But it's a stripped-down version of the computer in order to beat Hunt and his blatant ripoff. There was definitely some industrial espionage there. I can understand why Donna was so upset, but Gordon and Donna's relationship is clearly on the rocks now, and understandably so, and both of them said hurtful things, and neither of them were wrong, and both of them were wrong. It's one of those really messy, human, ugly situations. And I feel like the bigger deal is that Cameron kind of walked out on everything. She seemed pretty resolutely upset, understandably so, but I mean, it was a really tough situation because, yeah, her computer was better, but they weren't going to sell it. It was never going to happen. So it was like, keep my beautiful creation in existence for nobody to see, or strip it down, make a weaker version of it for everyone to see, and for Cardiff to survive, and for us to maintain our jobs, and improve the possibility of building something better in the future. I don't blame Cameron for being furious, and I don't blame Joe and Gordon from not caring. I mean, it really was a bad situation brought on by Hunt, and I can't remember the other guy's name. The guy Gordon fired, the petty neighbor with the bad mustache. But the bigger issue was, the exciting issue anyway, I don't know if it's bigger, kind of revealed at the end when Joe saw the Macintosh. And forgive me, I've never owned a Macintosh computer. The closest thing I've ever had is an iPhone. So I don't know what version or what computer that was. I'm sure if I think really hard about the Steve Jobs movie, I would, the Sorkin one, I would probably be able to piece it together, but I don't know what it is. But I think it was really revelatory for Joe that there's even a better, the next bigger, better mousetrap is already out there, and I think that's we've kind of established what's going to be pushing them to the next level. I think it's going to drive home the point to Joe and Gordon that they may have made a faster, better computer than what's been on the market, but that doesn't make them the industry leaders, because clearly they're not. I just caught that the name of this next episode is 1984, which really fits in with that, right? Not only are we probably changing years to 1984, but that harkens to that Apple commercial, which is largely considered by many, the Super Bowl commercial, to be the greatest commercial of all time. The Apple commercial based on the George Orwell 1984 novel, and I believe it was in 1984 that commercial came out, which would make sense, and really stuck in the national psyche for decades. I think if you watch a listicle now of the greatest commercials of all time, the Buy the World a Coke commercial, which is strongly referenced in Mad Men, and the Apple 1984 commercial, strongly referenced here, are probably the two biggest ones of all time. So yay AMC Plus for using both of those in some of your great works of fiction. I'll go get started here. I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us, of course, and give a special thank you to our super patrons: AB, Actuarial Lurker, Balash Foldes, Chris, Derek Peterson, MTC93, Jamie Morgan, Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Sudugunda Varapu, Torgir Linkstad, Trey Contreras, WerePanda47, Natasha Norris, and Yannick from Montreal. Thank you so much, guys. Really glad you're here with us. If you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else that we've watched or we're currently watching, please check out a link in the description on our Patreon page. Everything on Patreon, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon. If we're on YouTube, everything there you're going to have to sync and watch along in your own source material. We do follow copyright laws, so you're only going to see and hear us. You'll have to sync and watch along.
You need any help?
I got it.
Yeah, how bad is their relationship now after everything that happened there? I mean, she admits she kissed Hunt, which I'm glad she did, but she went farther than that. I mean, she literally said, "I wish I had an affair with him." I think they're going to get divorced eventually. He really should just stop drinking. It doesn't sit with him, ever. Sleeping on the couch.
Donna.
Nope.
Donna.
I am done feeling bad about this. You've made your point. You're sleeping in the bed with me tonight. Get in there.
I'm still very mad at you.
I think he has a right to be. Yes, he's been a crap husband, but when your wife says, I tried to cheat on you and I really wish I did, that's a tough thing to get over. I mean, she has reasons to leave him, though.
You're gonna need wire strippers.
It looks like it, don't it? You know, phone company's always hiring.
Okay, so just leave them on the desk when you're done.
This computer y'all built, what's it say on the outside?
Cardiff Electric.
Whose name is that?
You're looking at a projected net profit of over 40 million.
I'm 65 years old. My phone's been ringing, too. People wanting to buy this company outright. They've been offering.
What was a good camera angle there on this?
It says Cardiff Electric. Whose name is that? Not just yours, your father's. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about legacy.
You both run it.
Okay.
Because you are a rattlesnake. You're a little bunny rabbit, but you're the brains behind this thing.
So's Cameron.
8% of the company.
Hell, I should save a few bucks and just run it myself.
Good luck with that. You going to manufacture locally or in Taiwan to save some coin? Japan has better output facilities, but the tariffs are tricky.
Megahertz, minimum bucks. But I don't know. What do you think, Nathan?
Yeah, you are out of your depth here, Nathan, for sure.
8%.
Each.
Split.
I mean, they did just bring him a solid gold sale. I really want Cameron to be part of this, though. She is equally as responsible for this as they are. Yeah, everyone gets their job back.
We got 100 machines here, so I need all hands on decks QA in these boxes. Check every millimeter of this machine. The Giant ships out in less than 6 weeks.
I'm glad they get this final step to make sure everything worked out.
Debbie?
Gordon, I don't know how to test a computer.
This is for you. Figure you put up with me in jail long enough, you deserve one.
Good for her. She spent some late nights there. I love how happy she is about this.
Did you miss the ball yesterday?
I taped it on VHS. I'll forget about the game. Watch this commercial.
Is this the Apple commercial?
Joe.
Tell me that wasn't amazing.
It was neat. The girl that looked like Cameron threw the sledgehammer through the screen.
Okay, yeah, it was.
Freed
It's
the
the
weird
84,
slave
yeah.
people.
They're telling the world that they are going to topple IBM. People will buy the Giant, but will they remember it? If we delay shipping just a few months...
Absolutely not. We don't even have hardware that's capable of doing so.
Killer app, then. I mean, Gordon, what's our Lotus 123?
Our Lotus 123? It's Lotus 123. You need to sell your computer.
And then start building the next one.
God, she really did look like Cameron.
Yeah, I never thought of that, but yeah. The track athlete who threw the hammer.
How would you rate the quality of your work overall?
Falling behind. I've been very distracted since Hunt left. I wouldn't call it an affair,
Oh my god.
but an emotional affair. But then he left to start a company based on ideas he stole from my husband, so...
This is very honest.
How do you feel about your future at Texas Instruments?
Could you just write NA? Because honestly, I don't see one.
Oh, she's there to quit. Is there a plan to go to Cardiff?
I take you to lunch, ma'am. Financed it. They were practically giving them away. What do you
Right.
think?
You have 2 kids, man. I do not miss that sound.
We're stable at 2400 baud.
How's my firmware holding up?
Modem's solid. We can play Zork on this. We can make our own Zork. Wizard, warrior, rogue. Show your boss. People would flip if they could move data this fast across the phone network.
What is it?
Found a 7-1 problem with the Giant.
Trying to pin it down. It's causing the machine to turn off spontaneously.
All of the test machines?
No, just Debbie's.
Did you drop it? Did you spill something on it? Did you let it?
Oh my God, man.
Something? Debbie, what did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Say 1 in 5 computers has the flaw. That's 20,000 units.
That's 20,000 stored returns.
Oh, will it delay shipment?
Well, we'll have to check every test unit.
Maybe this is an opportunity.
Then come March, Computerland will have a bunch of empty shelves.
By the time the bug is fixed, Computerland won't just have a computer, they'll have a bundled suite.
I wouldn't put it past Joe if he did this on purpose.
Look, I know this is unfortunate, but life...
This is such a dysfunctional workplace.
I know you've been chomping at the bit to write something that's not a peripheral driver.
Champing.
And in 60 days, I want a killer app ready to ship with the Giant.
They need Cameron, but she's working somewhere else now, right? That's the vibe I got.
Where are the girls?
Sleepover? Do you want to have one of our own? So how bad is
Good.
it?
It's definitely going to delay shipping. I think Joe did it on purpose.
That's what I was thinking, too.
The truth is that I can't trust him.
You have worked too hard and risked too much to get here. We both have.
I've got 3 teams running diagnostics on the 3B5, checking to see if you've corrupted it in any way.
You know the network can transmit way faster than we're letting it.
We dictate the terms of how the network is accessed, you understand?
Uh-huh.
This job isn't going to last.
Who do you really work for?
Nobody. Not anymore.
Cameron just cannot play nice with others at all.
It's a moon phase calendar.
This is not what he wants.
So, like, my birthday in 1997, it's going to be a waxing gibbous.
Can anybody beat Moonface calendar?
A simulator. Beekeeping. Full-on simulation. Hardcore.
Think bigger.
Angry Birds.
Cameron was the only one of you that had any real ideas.
What are your ideas, man?
Oh, don't do that. He's in charge. He's not secure enough to take that.
What is Joe's Achilles heel?
Casual wear.
Cameron. He's in love with her, you know? I'm gonna turn her into the feds for hacking with Bosworth.
Oh, come on, man. No.
You're gonna ruin Cameron's entire life just to get rid of Joe?
Relax. I'm not actually gonna do it. I'm just gonna threaten to.
Yeah, that's stupid. I do not like that.
You show him proof.
Donna, this is a print driver.
Joe doesn't know that.
That's true. This is out of Joe's domain.
I can't do this without you.
He needs an app. That's why he's there.
You can do whatever you want. You'll have carte blanche.
No.
I'll hire you as a vendor. You'll never have to see my face. I need you.
Oh, God, you're pathetic.
I want to be with you.
This seems way more desperate than I thought I'd hear from him.
Except you're not the future. You're a footnote. I loved you because you recited my own ideas back to me and pretended they were your own.
Man, this thing with the giant really messed her up.
You're still exactly what you were the day your mom let you fall off that roof.
Oh, no. I get that she's a tell-it-like-it-is kind of person, but man, that was rough. A lot of askew camera angles in this episode, more so than we've usually seen on this show.
None of them showed up for work today.
Where are they?
They all went to work for Mutiny.
Is that Cameron started her own company?
Okay.
I can't predict the errors.
You need to get on the protocols, the interface, the games.
You also have someone dedicated to hardware.
What is this, like a guerrilla gaming company?
So I can't pay you, but I can offer you a percentage of the company.
Why me?
Attention to detail.
A mother? Oh,
You
internet.
dial in, you play games across phone lines with
Okay.
real humans. You subscribe, you get a modem and software in the mail.
Some screwed up way of getting back at Gordon.
This is fair.
Thanks. But no thanks.
Look, Joe.
Save your breath. The coders are gone. Any chance of a killer app is dead. Did any other test boxes display the same problem?
Just the one.
Ship it.
Yeah.
What are you working on?
Just a print driver.
So they dodged, Gordon dodged a real bullet there.
Gordon, that looks so good on you. You look great.
No.
So the lunch party.
I'm already talking to Hercules about placing their CGA technology directly onto our motherboard for the next iteration.
Oh, wow. Someone talked Joe down. He looks like he's about to spiral.
Well, you still had your first computer.
Which reminds me.
Oh, the ring?
Give me your hand.
Please be the
I
ring.
made a promise to you.
Okay, good.
It's just like the original one.
I darf you very gerb.
I darf you to the day I is off.
Oh, Cameron's right. That's so nerdy but cute.
I'd like to invite you all out to the parking lot where the first shipment of Cardiff Giants is waiting to be christened for its maiden voyage.
And Joe is about to crack like a piñata.
I wouldn't be standing here tonight if it weren't for Joe McMillan. None of us would be. The Cardiff Giant is an incarnation of everything you are. It shows the reach and power of your vision and the very best of your abilities as a leader.
Oh, that's great writing, isn't it?
I love you, honey.
I love you too, Gordon.
Boy, saying the Giant is the best of Joe is really not going to sit well with Joe. I have no idea how Joe's going to react, but he just seems like a rattlesnake.
It just doesn't seem real.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to do something stupid. I don't know how no one's picking up on the vibe that Joe's not doing all right.
Remember when Joe followed us to Return of the Jedi? Do you think he even watched the movie?
I know he didn't. A few months ago, I called the coders a bunch of Ewoks. He had no idea what I was talking about.
Joe doesn't seem like the kind of guy to watch movies. Whoa.
Son of a bitch. Man, what the hell? You busted the... in the car.
Carjackers? Did they not notice that Donna's in the car?
My wife!
Yeah. And he stole the truck. Is he going to destroy the computers as some act of defiance? Dude, just get into therapy. He really is into acts of very expensive self-loathing. Boy, Cameron really got to him. You're not special is really a great way to get this guy to implode. Oh, poor Donna. I guess they solved the problem if the porch has enough room for the kids, too.
Even more had.
All right. So, Joni's crunchy and Haley's creamy.
No, I'm creamy. Crunchy's gross.
The Braswells moved over the weekend. Did you see? It was a truck. All right, I'll be home by 5 as usual, and Rose will pick up the kids.
Love you too.
Ooh, Donna's not okay.
There was a moment that night. I thought I was gonna lose you. And I never want to lose you. You should do whatever it is that you want to do.
I like this from him.
Come work at Cardiff. I want you to be the head engineer.
Now does she go work for Cameron?
But I don't think that Cardiff is the best place for me right now.
You should work wherever it is that you want to work.
He's not going to mean this when he finds out it's with Cameron.
I actually got an offer from somewhere else a little while ago, and I'm gonna take it.
What? That's fantastic. That's great news. Where?
All right, everyone, listen up. I'm not your boss. Nobody here has titles.
Someone's got to be in charge.
This is our thing, which means you'll get out of it Exactly what you put into it. Right.
Is this a surprise drop by, or does Cameron know she's coming?
A lot of people are going to want us to fail. But that's because we're the future.
Unlike other portables, the Giant is not a strain on the back. There you go. Also, a wise value at such a low price. Overall, the Cardiff Giant portable PC stands out as a strong contender in no-frills computing accommodation.
Yeah, right?
100,000 units.
So what's next?
Yep, there it is.
What are we gonna do next?
Joe McMillan were here, he'd have us building a damn spaceship.
Did Joe take off too?
Fisk Observatory. Is that around here? It's that way though, right?
Sure. A couple of dozen miles.
Thought I'd take the scenic route.
So Joe is on
Right,
another
leave my truck here.
journey to find himself.
Some kind of stargazer, huh? No, ain't nobody up at Fisk save the one. Live there most of the year.
She ever come down?
Not really.
So who is she?
I'll be careful.
What you want to see up there?
I think it's a cool idea, just out of your house, just brilliant people making software. I think it's kind of cool. A lot of crazy angles in the shooting of this episode. Really got to see how disjointed everything is. I was wondering if it was his mom that he might be going to see, but I'm pretty sure they've established she did, in fact, eventually die. Wow. Yeah, serious crossroads for the show right now as far as the characters in the company. I don't expect Joe to be gone from Cardiff for long. I think this is probably a sojourn more than anything for him. I think he'll be back. He's someone who, we've established that he does this in his life. He's got a little bit of Don Draper in him, and the whole runaway factor. He did it from IBM when he found out that his dad had been lying about his mom. Kind of did some soul searching before turning up in Dallas. Now he seems to be on a micro version of that again. Trying to do some type of journey of self-discovery, who he is and what he does next. I don't think Cameron's coming back to Cardiff. This feels like close to like her dream scenario, what she's doing. And I don't know anything about like the history of like online gaming, particularly in the 80s like this, of what they're doing. I don't know when online gaming became kind of the norm. I mean, obviously it's everything now, but I don't know about its evolution at all. So if it's something that is doable and was happening at the time, I really like her chances of just this kind of grassroots group of brilliant people kind of making that work. They don't have the overhead problems that Cardiff was facing. Just to be writing software with this small group of college age people or a little bit older who aren't leveraged in the way that John Cardiff was, or John or Cardiff or anyone else was. I kind of like their chances of this working, so I don't know that Cameron ever goes back to Cardiff. I think she's integral to the show still, obviously. Maybe she works with them. Maybe they do go back. Maybe we just have splintered storylines now. I don't know, but I don't know why she would give up on this thing that she's doing right now, because when she says this is my everything, I really believed her. Much more so than just going back and working with Cardiff. Maybe the connection to Cardiff she still has is her and Joe. Maybe it's just through Donna and Gordon. I'm not really sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cameron barely or never steps foot in Cardiff again. Again, could be completely wrong. By the end of season 1, she may be back working at Cardiff. Joe might give her the right sales pitch after he figures out what he wants. I don't see it happening. The way she responded in this episode, when Joe kind of offered her up, come work with us in whatever capacity you want, is a really, how do you beat that pitch to someone who's as free-spirited and independent as Cameron is? I don't know that you do. So, I mean, good for her. I'm really kind of pulling for her. And you know what? She's so volatile as an employee. It's probably best that this is the kind of thing that she does. Not everybody can work for other people. She falls into that disruptor category every bit as much as Joe does, in that she needs to bend the world to her will rather than her bending to the world, as Joe so eloquently put it earlier in the season. I'm kind of excited to see where the show goes from here. The big question Gordon's asking: what's next for Cardiff, and by extension, what's next for Joe and what's next for Gordon? Cameron and Donna seem to be the only ones who have kind of figured out a path that they want to take forward. Whereas, let's face it, Joe and Gordon are going to be the ones making money, but not really knowing what their role in the universe is, which is where Joe's really stuck. Look forward to seeing it. Appreciate it, guys. I'll catch you then.